What's going on, guys? It's Wednesday night, and here we are again with Squadron Live. I appreciate you being here, as I always do. This is always the highlight of my week, I guess you could say, at least the highlight of my work week. It's always a good time to go to the shop, check out all the new models, see what's going on, pack up some stuff, and get it out to you guys because I really appreciate the orders and the business that you guys throw our way. And it's just awesome to be able to get on here Wednesday nights and just hang out with you for a little while. So again, thank you for being here. I've got a pretty cool show tonight that I've put together for you. A lot of you have sent in some really good pictures or good pictures, but some really good models that you have put together. And being that it is our monthly show and tell night, that's a good thing. So we've got some good models to look at here in just a little while. But first, we'll jump into the chat and see who's here and say hello and do that fun thing. And, you know, a lot of people might wonder, why do I go to the trouble of saying hello to everybody? It takes up so much time and whatnot. And that may be, but I appreciate you guys. So I just want to do my best to always acknowledge the fact that you are giving up an hour on your Wednesday night to come in here and listen to me talk for a while. So anyway, so we got Joseph here tonight. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Uh, and let me go ahead and say this. I've had a lot of emails from customers and friends, and Joseph being over in North Carolina. We are in Chattanooga or just outside of Chattanooga on the Georgia side. And thankfully for us, the storm, the hurricane, it missed us. It was to the east of us. Of course, it was supposed to come right through here, but it missed us by however many miles to the east. And so we're fine. We got a little bit of rain, and that's about all. But I've got a lot of really good friends and family too. My mother's side of the family lives over that way, and those guys are not doing too good right now. And so we're praying for you. I hope that you bounce back and get back on your feet soon. The pictures is just horrible, and I hate it. So you are definitely in our prayers, and I hope that everything gets back to normal for you very, very soon. So anyway, Danny, it's good to see you tonight. Danny, I know that you've sent some pictures in, some of your models, so I'm looking forward to checking those out. Let's see. And Danny, yeah, there's some new ship kits. There's a lot of new stuff from Dragon. They just sent over some information. I've got a lot of new upcoming releases from Dragon that I've got to get put onto the website for pre-orders. And honestly, I actually have a lot of Dragon that has already arrived that I've not been able to get put on the website because we've been trying to set up everything is done at the warehouse. We are finally completely 100% moved. So things are going up for us. But anyway, lots of new Dragon announcements, lots of new Dragon kits just come soon. So keep an eye on that. I'll get it done as quick as I can. Ted Scale Modeling, good to see you tonight, buddy. And Jason is here tonight. Looks like you're working on a P-51. Good deal. Looking forward to seeing it. Always like seeing your builds, buddy. And Randy is here tonight. The Squadron Lodge brothers. There you go. Working on some more Osprey books. Awesome. One of these days, we've got to get Osprey books here at Squadron. They've got some really, really good stuff for sure. We just hadn't got there yet. Let's see. And Greg is with us tonight. Good to see you, Greg. And Rex Woods is here. And Ed Groon is with us again. And Ed's got some couple of nice models, 3 if I remember correctly, in our show and tell later on tonight. And Frank, it is party time indeed, buddy. And Frank, the update on the nose art figures is unfortunately the exact same as probably the last time you asked. Still working on getting that done. They're done. They're ready to print. It's just a matter of me having time to get the 3D printer set up. But the good news is everything else is already moved. We've got everything else kind of we've got to finish organizing and straightening up and that kind of thing. But as soon as our normal business, if you will, gets completely set up, I will be able to jump back into some of the secondary fun things that I enjoyed doing, which would be 3D printing and some of our resin casting stuff. A lot of people have been asking when we're going to get the flagship models back going again, and that's in the same boat as our 3D figures and Blue Ridge models. A lot of that stuff I intend to bring back out. So that's what I refer to as our secondary stuff. It's just things that I really enjoy doing and enjoy offering, and it's coming soon, but not soon enough, unfortunately. Let's see. Um, Jason, yeah, get that P-51 done, buddy, and send us pictures. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Good to see you tonight, David and Ken. Hoping everybody weathered the storm safely. Let's see. Good to see you tonight, Wes. And Derek is with us, and Carlos. Good to see you guys. And Lee coming to us from Oklahoma City. Let's see. Speaking, and not this Lee, but the other Lee that we talk about sometimes, Lee Leibold. He sent me the next batch of Don Greer paintings, and I haven't actually looked at them yet, so maybe some of them aren't Don Greer, but I'm sure most of them are. But those Don Greer paintings, the original Squadron Signal Publications artwork, covers and inside profiles and just all the different things. He sent me the next round of those to put up on our website to offer to you guys. So I don't know if I'll get to it before the weekend, but by this time next week, you will have the next, I don't know how many of them there are, probably about a dozen original artwork paintings to choose from. So perhaps this round, the one that you've been waiting on will be posted up. So we'll have those up soon. Excuse me. All right. Who else is in here tonight? Michael's back with us. Michael Canner. Good to see you tonight. And Tom down from the villages of the White Sands. Good to see you, buddy. And Jeff is in here with us tonight. Good to see you. And Wayne coming to us from Ohio. Oh, goodness. She took your credit card, huh? The final countdowns. They'll get you. Tonight's final countdown, I think we had, I think 5 items in there. One of them was that T-Rex model. That went on sale this past weekend, but we had a few left, so it's still on the final countdown tonight. So check that out. The final countdown sale, we try to send that out every Wednesday in our email newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to our email newsletter, make sure to head over to our website and click on the Contact Us page, and you can sign up for that. And if you were not signed up today and you're curious about what the final countdown deals are today, we do have a section on the website. Let's see if I can get that pulled up. I'll just show you where it's at real quick. And then I will show you the other thing that I wanted to show you. Let's see. So, why is that small? Give me a second. All right, so Martin Quinn has been working on a review for us for the USS Cowpens, and he just posted this up today. So this is over at modelwarships.com, and Martin Quinn did not do the review. Let me back up. He is the guy that kind of heads up the reviews on Model Warships. This particular one was reviewed by Devin Poor. And Martin just posted Devin's review today on Model Warships. So you can go in here if you've been wondering how the Flyhawk 350th scale USS Cowpens kit is. And the particular one we sent him was the deluxe version. They have a standard and a deluxe, and he reviewed the deluxe. So you've got a really good, like every single thing in the kit. He's got a nice picture of the instructions, everything. So if you're curious what their kit includes, head over to www.modelwarships.com, go to their reviews section, and you will be able to see that. Now, the place I was talking about on our website, if you come over to all products, under past, present, and future, the final countdown deal. You will see what we've got on sale. So, talking about the T-Rex, you can pick one up for $29.99 tonight. So you can't beat that. And it's a really cool kit. And we've actually got one of these built up in our show and tell here in just a little while. So you'll be able to see what that kit's all about. Got a V Hobby South Dakota tonight. Really good price. A Ming 72 scale, their NATO Air Force's version. And Border Models Panzer. And then this one's kind of interesting. 16 scale, German half track, the 251. So anyway, you can always go check out what the final countdown deals are. And again, we send those out on Wednesday nights or Wednesday afternoons in the email. So make sure to check that out. Let's see. And where were we at? Oh, here we go. So, gotta find where we were. There we are. All right, there we are. Wayne, so go get your credit card back and check out those final countdown deals. David, hello to you too, buddy. Stephen is here. Good to see you. Robert, good to see you tonight, Robert. And Bill coming to us up from Virginia. And who else do we have in here tonight? Robert is here from Mississippi. And Michael has arrived, nearly finished with your Sherman Jumbo. Well, awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And Chris Martins is with us tonight, up from Virginia. Good to see you tonight, buddy. Glad you could join us. Gordon is with us up from above the border, up in Canada. Good to see you tonight, man. And the Lawn Care Novice is back with us from Arkansas tonight. And Franco says, show me the models. We're going to jump into that in just a minute. And the Way is with us. And Mark. Yeah, flying pancakes everywhere. Hey, David, good to see you tonight, buddy. And Robert's with us. Choppy sound. I hope that it has worked itself out by the time I saw your note. Yeah, and I'm sorry it takes me so long to get to these chats. There's a delay in when you type the chats and when I can see them. But anyway, and Franco says, wow, new intro. Yeah, it's something we were kind of working on. I hope it worked right. It looked right from my side. I don't know. We'll see. All right, looks like you guys liked it, so that's cool. I appreciate it. And Robert, for the show and tell, send the pictures to info@squadron.com and put in the subject line show and tell. Tonight's show is already set, so if you send pictures, they will go into next month's show and tell. But please send them over. I'd love to add them to the show next week, or next month, sorry. Lee, good to see you tonight. Dracky, coming from Southeast Georgia, good to see you. And Tim is here. Let's see, Don, hot in Phoenix. Yeah, it's probably a little bit warmer out there than it is here. It's sort of kind of started to cool off over here, and then the last couple of days it started getting hot again, but it'll be cold before we know it, at least over here. Hopefully you get a little bit of cooler weather, buddy. Michael, good to see you. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, likes the hellos. Well, good. I enjoy seeing who all's in here and saying hello. And Brian, yes, I agree with you, buddy. And like I said in the intro, we are all over here praying for everybody that was affected for sure. Tim's doing the same thing, he says. So let's see. And here's another thing we can talk about for a second. Yeah, the strike, the port strike, it definitely does affect us as it does any other, company that sells products that are made in other places. But and when I say they, the International Longshoremen's Association, they went on strike against the Maritime Alliance on Tuesday, first thing, and that basically cut everything off, imports and exports in and out of the ports. They had like a 6-year agreement in place, and that expired on Tuesday, on October 1st. So it's not a surprise that that there was a strike. So this only affects the East Coast and the Gulf Coast ports. It doesn't affect the West Coast, but because now we can't use the East Coast and the Gulf Coast, the West Coast, they're probably going to get pretty backed up and slammed with people rerouting things and whatnot. We actually have a container that was supposed to dock next week, and it's already on the boat. It's going to Savannah. So we'll just see how long it takes. We've got a lot of buddies in the business, and when I say buddies, they have become really good friends. But they're uh, people in business that we work with, shipping, freight forwarders, all that kind of stuff. So they're kind of in the know, and they're hoping that the work stoppage may not last long. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We've got another container that is getting ready to ship, and it's just we've got to decide: do we send it on like we normally do and hope for the best by the time it gets here, or do we try something different? I don't know. So. A lot of the things that we get, like for example, all the stuff out of Ukraine, that stuff comes by air, so that's not really affected. But problem for us, because a lot of people are going to be rerouting things. They may choose, and we may choose to do some more air versus containers. Because of that, chances are prices for air shipments are going to go up, because now all of a sudden everybody's going to be using that. So I don't know. We're doing the best we can, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it doesn't last long. But for everybody that's been asking, yes, it definitely affects us. How bad? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully they get everything sorted out before too long. So there is that. Kimberly, good to see you tonight. And James is here. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. The Way has got the Revell and ICM PT17 going. Good. That's going to be a good one to see. And Jason, the photo etch sets for the Bloody 100th. Yeah, that stuff's going pretty very popular kit right now. But if you're talking about the Edward photo etch sets, which I assume you are, even if they sell out before next week, we'll get more in. We've already got more of those on order. So, and thankfully, that's not affected by the port strike. That'll come by air for sure. Let's see. And Scott, sad for everybody affected by the hurricane. Yeah, for sure. Up in Idaho, you've got different problems. I can understand. There's different things for different parts of the country for sure. And here's Chris's monthly desire for the USS Massachusetts. It's coming, buddy. That's what I was talking about a few minutes ago. That secondary stuff that I do for fun. That is on the workbench for sure. It's coming. Oh, cool. Danny's working on a 450th scale Shinano aircraft carrier. Those are cool kits. I guess you're talking about the Hasegawa. I think that's who did them. They did a whole series of 450 scale kits, and you don't see those very often. So that'll be interesting to see when you get done. And Robert, just curious, is Squadron also a distributor like MMD was, or just Squadron products? So back when Squadron was in Texas, the name of the company, well, I guess it was MMD Squadron, is what everybody referred to it as, because MMD, which stands for Military Model Distributors, and Squadron were basically the same company. MMD was the wholesale side who distributed products, and Squadron sold retail. And that is still true today. We are technically two different companies now. My dad, Russ Lowe, owns MMD. And the way that happened is when everything went to auction and everything got split up. By the time everything made it to Georgia, my dad had purchased MMD separate from Squadron. and he was distributing back to Squadron, the guy that owned Squadron at the time, named Chris. So they were kind of doing that, and a couple of months after my dad bought MMD, I bought Squadron from Chris. So even though we're technically two companies, we work really, really close together. It's hard not to when you're father and son. So Dad does all the distributing. He imports products and sells them to me and many, many, many other hobby shops around the country. So that is how that goes. And if you are asking for a distributor or a hobby shop, Russ's website is www.mmdmodels.com. And that is where any hobby shop could go and sign up for an account and buy it wholesale. So that's the little short version of that story. Lee says he'll be Buffalo Lee. There you go. Jim, good to see you tonight, buddy. And yes, Martin, I realized that after I started talking, so I hope that I made that clear that Devin is the one that did the review. You just coordinated it, so I appreciate both of you getting that project done. Let's see, and Jim, yeah, you forgot to post your pictures. That's right, I didn't see anything, so just send them over, and I'll get them in the next one whenever you send them. Let's see, who else do we have in here? And then I'll answer a couple more of these, and then we'll jump into one or two more things before the show and tell, and we'll get into that. Let's see. And Jim, remembering Lady Knievel's Lancaster model that we showed off, it's been a couple of months now for the show and tell. That was a very cool kit. And Jim, good thing is she's got more models for us to see tonight. And Danny confirms, yes, the 450th scale is Hasegawa. So cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Lee Gorchek is asking about photo etch for the 72 scale Hobby Boss Dora. You know, there's not any photo etch for that kit, at least not that I'm aware of. I built that kit a couple of years ago, and when I was building it, I too was looking for photo etch for it, and nobody really does anything. And after building it, I was trying to decide what could be done in photo etch, and there's a few things, but I guess maybe there's not enough for, I figured Edward would have made one or somebody like that, because they've got, or at least they've had photo etch for like the Leopold and the Morser Carls and that kind of thing. So, but unfortunately, there was nothing at the time I built it, and I don't think there's anything now. But I mean, I could be wrong. There's definitely nothing that we have. So anyway, all right. Well, let me jump into one thing. So last week we had an email. Well, I emailed this out. I emailed out a poll, a voting poll for our new Planes, Names, and Dames books. The B-24 being the first issue, and we Peter came up with. He's come up with dozens of good images for the book. But we took a look at some of them, and we kind of narrowed it down to 3 that we thought might be a good choice for the front cover. And Peter had his favorite. I had my favorite. And but we didn't want to pick. We decided to throw the 3 options out in a voting poll and let you guys choose for us. So we put all 3 of them out last week, and there was, a good amount of votes on all of them, but 2 of them definitely led the way. And instead of just picking the one that barely beat the other, we decided to have a little runoff vote just for fun. So this past weekend, I sent out another email about it, and it came down between the famous Zodiac's Squadron and then also Double Trouble. And the funny thing is, I mentioned that Peter had his favorite choice. I had my favorite choice. And the funny thing is, the one that ended up winning was neither one of our favorite choices. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved the third choice too. I mean, that's why we picked these three. We really liked them. Um, but I just thought it was funny that the one I voted for didn't win. And heck, the one I voted for didn't even make the runoff. I really liked Mabel's Labels. I thought that was really neat. But hey, it's going to be inside the book, so no worries there. And now that the votes are in for the runoff, and it's it's funny how it ended up 51% to 49%. This just always works out that way, right? So let me show you now that we know which one of them won, and the runner up is the back cover. Uh, and if I can find the picture, I will show it to you. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. All right, so this is not just the picture of the one that won. This, we have gone ahead and mocked up the entire cover so you can see the front, the back, and the side spine. And keep in mind that this is not 100% final. I gotta add the barcode on the back, and we got to make sure everything's correct. But this is 90% there. So check this out. This is what, and I bet this is going to be washed out. Oh gosh, it's going to be washed out. Let me see if I can open this a different way. Bear with me. There we go. I'll just open it up in Photoshop. All right, here we go. So this is your cover and rear cover for the B24 Planes, Names, and Dames book that will be coming sometime in 2025. So you got Double Trouble on the front, and you've got the Zodiac Squadron on the back. And I kind of think this is cool. I think that's a nice picture for the back. And as somebody pointed out, considering the name of the book is Planes, Names, and Dames, somebody mentioned that, well, we had to have a dame on the front. So there you have it. So that's what that is going to look like. And the rest of the series, the B-24, or excuse me, B-17, B-29, the light and medium bombers, and all the fighters, those book covers and rear covers will follow this same template, the same design. So that's what we're looking at. So hopefully you guys like that. I really appreciate you taking a part of that voting poll in the email. I thought that was kind of fun, and it was a good turnout. So we'll probably do more things like that going forward. Just trying to let the modeling community be a part of some of these decisions that we get to make for some of these cool, fun, things that we do. So we'll just keep seeing how that goes. All right, now what I assume everybody came here for tonight, the show and tell. Let's jump into this and let's see how that goes. Now, first, I got to show you, we're going to start out with a picture that Martin Quinn sent me. And here we go. So, he, along with many, many others of you, has just recently received his poster that we sent out, the Bloody 100th poster. And he's got his framed, and he was pretty excited about how it turned out. So there we go. I hope that you guys have received yours from us. Hope you found a frame that it'll fit in nicely. And I just got to move into my new office today, actually, and I have my lucky poster over here, and it's going with me tomorrow. So that's definitely going on the wall. So we'll check that out. See how mine looks hanging up. Hope yours looks good. So that is Martin's poster. Now, next up, we've got Ed Groom. And I appreciate you, Ed, doing all the hard work for me. He sets these up in a PowerPoint presentation himself before he sends it over to me. Makes things easy for me, So I appreciate that. And this is his USS Aaron Ward. Now, if I remember correctly, and I think he put it in here, that this is a work in progress. Yep, definitely a work in progress. And he says this is the Yankee Model Works 350th scale kit of the USS Shea mine layer, and he's building it, of course, as the Aaron Ward DM-34. He says this is the subject of the book Brave Ship, Brave Men. And the Ward was attacked by multiple kamikazes at Radar Picket Station 10 off of Okinawa and was left wrecked. She was beached in Kirima, Redo Anchorage, if I'm pronouncing that right, and ultimately repaired enough to return to the stage. She sailed via Guam and the Panama Canal, ultimately arriving in New York in August of 1945. And I think that is cutting off the rest of your words there, Ed, so I apologize about that. It looks like you've got this going on pretty good, though. Looks like you'll be to the end of this project before too long. Oh, and I see your book in the back there. That's cool. And I'll leave this up for a second and let you guys read this while I grab some water because I'm about to lose my voice. All right, I'm back. Okay, so 75% complete. Okay. Looking for some little goodies. Black Cat. We have a big Black Cat shipment on order with Ben. He's got a bunch of new stuff that we got to get added to the site. His stuff goes really, really fast, so hard to keep it in here sometimes, but we'll get some more soon. And you're using Tom's Model Works railing for the kit, so that's good. Scratch building platforms and gun tubs. All right. Got floating dry docks books. Can't go wrong with those plans. Yeah, they've got some good stuff for sure. All right, and you are using those above and below decals for the non-skid or the anti-skid. That's cool. I've not seen those used yet. We've got them, and I was planning on using some on what was I building? Atlanta, 350 scale Atlanta. I was going to use them on those, and that project got packed up, and I haven't unpacked it since we moved. But if I ever get that back out, that's what I'm planning on using them for. So it looks like they worked out good for you. Very cool. Yeah, those are the Black Cat goodies. All right, and moving on to the next one from Ed. This is Pig Models, 144 scale, and this is an odd kit. And what makes it odd, if you've seen any of Pig Models advertisements for these things, it's just kind of weird. So we have we all get a good laugh out of this kit. But regardless of that, it's a very interesting subject that, honestly, before this kit came out, I knew nothing about. So when the kit came out, I had to go do some research and find out about these things, and they're actually pretty interesting. So that's one of my favorite things about model building is getting to learn about things that I would otherwise probably never have known about. And this one is definitely Definitely fits that category. And as he mentions here is photo etch rigging. All that rigging is included with the kit and a photo etch fret. So it's pretty neat. It's kind of, uh, I mean, Ed refers to it as simple and effective. So it, looking at the pictures, you're like, wow, that must have taken forever to rig that. But the way that they do that photo etch, I haven't built one yet, but to me, it looks like it would be pretty cool to build. And of course, Ed did a great job on it here. So, all right. And as he mentions here, that does include a ground crew, some figures, but he did not use those. Yeah, if you see the box art of that, they've got a whole image of a ground crew holding holding the balloon up. So, all right. And last from Ed, got his Arma Hobby P51 B and C kit. This one is built as a racer. Paul Mance, 1948. It's pretty cool. So he won 3 times. All right. Now, Ed, by the time I see the answer to the question I'm about to ask, we're going to be moved well on. So, but I am curious. You say he won 3 straight Bendix trophies between 46 and 48. Was he in the same plane all 3 of those races? Or, I mean, I assume he was, but I'm just curious if he raced in the same plane each time. All right, and here he is describing how you've got to use your gloss surface to use draw decals, which is what he used on this kit. Yeah, so there's a really good way to do this. And this is kind of sort of how I do it. It looks like it works for you too. So apply it over to gloss surface and then use your flat. I've never tried the AK flat. I have to give it a try sometime. Let's see. And Ed just answered that question. I was looking for it. He just won the 1948 race in this plane. Okay. Well, glad I asked. That's interesting. And Arma does a pretty good job on their kits. So this is neat to see how you worked with this one. Maybe they're not so good. No, it turned out good, but I do see what you're saying. Ed says that poor locating tabs. Wow, okay. Too wide up front. Well, there you have it. A little bit of extra work required to get one of these kits to looking nice like Ed did. Good 3-foot model, huh? I give you a little bit more credit than that, buddy. It looks really good to me. So I appreciate you sending that in, Ed. All right, moving right along. Bill Davis has built the 700 scale USS Gerald R. Ford from Magic Factory using gold medal photo etch. That's cool. Good to see that photo etch set being used on kits that were produced many, many, many years after that photo etch set was released. Still has some weathering to do, he says. Gonna slowly add the over 30 F-18Es and Fs. Well, that's the thing with an aircraft carrier. It goes together relatively quick, and then all of a sudden you realize how many itty-bitty planes you have to build to put on the deck and in the hangar. Oh, well, this is looking really good, and here's a couple more views of it. Real nice, buddy. You'll have to send some more pictures in as soon as you get all those planes done. All right. Now then, next we have that is the end of my first slide. I have to split these slideshows up into several different ones because my streaming software won't let me put but such a big file in. So let's see. Here we go with the next one. All right, now this one's cool. I mean, they're all cool, so I don't want to belittle any of these models. They're all excellent in their own way, but this one's pretty fantastic. And it's not necessarily the quality or lack thereof of the build, which the builds are good, but it's the quantity of the amount of builds that are done in this one picture. And let me just show you and you'll see what I mean. So this is Edward Rogers, and this is his 350th scale battle group. And like I said, I don't care how good or bad the builds are, which they're good, by the way. The fact that you've got this many 350 scale ships put together all in the same frame is just great. This is just a really cool picture. When you send this picture in, I opened it up and I thought, wow, that's really awesome. So just so many different things going on here in this picture. It's just awesome. It's really cool. So I'm going to leave this up for just a minute here so you can take it in. This is a lot of work. So I appreciate you sending this one in, Ed. Awesome. Well, that's super cool. Thank you for sending that one in, buddy. And next we're going to see David Kidd. This is an old Pro Modeler kit. Back when you get those old, remember those old Pro Modelers? So this is cool. This is an SB2C Helldiver, and man, it's cutting this off too. I wonder. There we go. No, that's not working either. I don't know. I'm going to have to modify my PowerPoint layout for next time. But this is cool. That's a nice job on that, David. And I'm probably going to have to pick up my pace just a little bit, guys. So I apologize if I pick up the speed a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to be here till midnight because we've got a lot of stuff to look at. So thank you for sending that, David. Next up, we've got Danny Haney's. This is a 350th scale I-400 Japanese submarine Tamiya kit. I think there's a couple of shots of this one. Very cool. All right. Last one of those, and I think I've got one more picture from Danny, but this is his recently completed 72, or I say it's completed. I think it is. He sent me a picture, an in progress picture, a couple of weeks ago, and then he sent me this one just recently. So I'm assuming this was to replace the work in progress pictures. But this is the 72 scale Leopold from Hobby Boss. So very nice job on that. Nice Bucky's cup. I guess Bucky's is just going to forever be a running joke here on our Wednesday night show. All right. So talking about final countdown deals on Wednesday. This was a final countdown deal a few weeks ago, and David jumped in on that, or maybe he already had it, but it's kind of a hot topic at the moment because so many of you were able to pick one of these up from us. And this is Magic Factory's 350th scale PLA Type 055 destroyer. So it's a pretty cool kit. You did a good job on that, David. So thanks for sending that in. I think we've got another couple shots of it here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Cool. All right. And up next, we've got Scott Abrams. So a month or two ago in the live or the show and tell, he sent us the work in progress of this. This is his ME262 V1 prototype, and he has finished it. So here's the finished results. Did a good job on this. Very nice. And then next, he has sent us one more. And this one is, well, I had I must have somehow deleted it. He sent me a whole story about what this is. Oh, man. And I don't want to try to remember it off the top of my head. But he built this in memory of his uncle, who, if I remember correctly, said he was there at Midway. And this is and you can see the story in the background there. He's got the whole thing typed up and highlighted everything that had to do with his uncle. So forgive me, Scott. I had your story typed up and it was supposed to pop up here, but I must have somehow or another left it behind the image in my PowerPoint. So, but anyway, this is a great build. It's 32 scale, if I remember correctly. So, very nice job on that. And again, forgive me for the little story you wrote up not appearing on here. All right, and this is another one that I gotta say, you gotta forgive me. I don't know who built this. You sent me this in the email, and you must have sent it to me from your cell phone or something. And instead of it being from your email, the from address was just a bunch of numbers at some cellphonecarrier.com. So I apologize. If you're in the live chat and this was your build, this is a 48 scale B24, one of the Zodiacs. And if this is you, please let us know in the live chat, because again, I did not get a name from the email. I just got the pictures. So here's that, and I got this last picture. This is the Sagittarius. So very cool. Looks like it flew right off the back cover of Peter's artwork on our book. Did a very fine job on that. So thank you for sending it, whoever you are, and please let us know, because I am curious who the mystery builder is. Yeah, David says the mystery builder. Awesome. All right, next up, we've got Mark Egger's 35th scale Morsa Carl. This is the Loki. And this is built from the Dragon kit. Of course, Dragon and Trumpeter both have this in 35th scale, and Mark chose the Dragon version, and it turned out really nice. So good job on that. Very nice. And James Robnett sent us in his 35th scale Tamiya M3 Lee with figures on there. Another view of that same one. Very nice job on that. You know, I don't think it's possible to make it through one of our show and tells without some Tamiya. It's just, I've said it, so many times. You can't go wrong with a Tamiya kit, and it's true. These, they got so many good kits through over the years. It's always good to see a good Tamiya kit built up. All right, James. Well, thank you for showing those, and that is the end of the second slide. We've got 3 more slides. Now, one thing that I've got to show, and I forgot about this because this is new. All right, so I had the new show intro that, hopefully you guys liked, and but I forgot. I also have a show and tell intro that was supposed to play right before the slide. So we went to the trouble of making it, so here we go. Let me show it. And there you have it, and we'll jump right into the next slide. This might be my favorite display base of all time. That may or may not have been intentional for this picture, but I find it funny anyway. The display base is the Squadron catalog. So that wins tonight's display base. I'm sorry, guys. It just that's it. That's funny. So there you go. There's his chieftain. All right. Well, thank you, Brian. Nice display base. All right, and he's also got a 48 scale A4E, and he says he used the bullseye decals for this. All right. Got another picture of that. Got one more view. All right. Now, before I move on to the next one, I want to back up a minute. So we pulled this up a few minutes ago. This was Scott Abrams, and I said that I missed the story behind it was not there. Well, he just put the story or a portion of it in the live chat. So I wanted to pull this up. So he says this kit, the SPD2, was built in honor of his friend's uncle. Okay, see, I had it wrong. And his friend lives in Blue Ridge, here near us. Well, used to be near us. First Lieutenant Daniel Iverson, stationed on Midway during the Midway battle. This aircraft that he built is the one that's on display in the Air Museum down in Pensacola that was fished out of Lake Michigan, which is the only one of those on display anywhere, I think, if I remember that correctly. So thank you, Scott, for putting that story up in the chat. And again, I apologize that it was missing from from my slideshow somehow. All right, let's jump back into it. This is Randy Harvey's 35th scale Russian rocket launcher. And next we have his same guy, Randy Harvey. This is Tester's 35th scale M32 recovery vehicle. It looks nice. I like how you get the same look in your pictures. And we'll come right back to those. But just looking at your pictures, Randy, you get the same look, the same color tone to all your pictures, and it's just kind of cool. It's neat how that works out. Good job on that. All right, this is kind of neat. Look at the guy laying there. To me, a 35th scale German with binoculars. Model railroad. Lots of crossover items. You know, modeling and model railroad. Lots of good stuff over there that the railroad guys use that really help us with our dioramas for sure. All right, and this is Randy's 35th scale word that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Well, why not? The Schwerer Panzerswagen. We could have a whole show full of laughs trying to pronounce German armor, or at least if you listen to me trying to pronounce it. But nonetheless, nice job on the kit build. Tester's 35th scale Panzer IV. See, I can pronounce that one, Panzer IV. That's easy. Oh, okay, this was okay. Throwback, one of your very first models. Very cool. All right, now the next one is Randy sent this next picture too, but this is not a model he built. This is just, I guess this is going back to last week or the week before where we were talking about mascots. So Randy decided that he would show off our mascot, our Free Time Hobbies mascot. So on the left, this is Mr. Hobby, and this was our store up in Blue Ridge, and Mr. Hobby stood outside our store holding a P-51. He was huge, 20 something feet tall, and that P-51 he's holding in his hand is one of those big. I forget what scale it is, 6 or 8 scale or whatever. One of those big remote control ones, styrofoam ones. And so that was him. Now, when we moved from Blue Ridge to Ellijay, we sold the building. And our intention was to bring Mr. Hobby with us. But the guy that was buying the building, he's a dentist, and he said, no, the only way I'm buying that building is if the muffler man comes with him. And we said, well, he doesn't come with the building, but we can work out a deal and sell you him too. So that was being able to buy the muffler man and keep him in place. That was kind of the deal breaker. So we let him stay there, and he's still there today, but he no longer holds a P-51. He now holds a giant toothbrush. And it's a very giant toothbrush if you see it in person. So, but it's cool. It's still sitting there right on the highway coming into town, so everybody still gets to see him. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll get another one of these guys and stand him out front of the new Squadron. So thanks for showing that, Randy. That's gave me a trip down memory lane seeing that. So, all right. Well, next we've got Lady Knievel. This is Kathleen Morrill. And this is her 48 scale Hasegawa SH3 Sea King. And she wanted to point out that she scratch built the tail fold because that is not a normal part of that kit. So that's a good job on that. Got another view of it here. Good job on that, Kathleen. And moving on to your next one, this is the Pavok, the MH60. And she says she used live resin figures for these. Let's see. And I'm trying to multitask here, and I'm going to miss a lot of live chats, so I apologize, but I'll try to pick up a few of them. And David, who built the toothbrush, is a guy named Mark Klein is his name. He's up in Virginia. He does a lot of stuff like that. I think he makes reproduction muffler men. If you've ever seen Foam Hinge, which is a foam version of Stonehenge, he produced that life size. He does a lot of crazy stuff like that. So he built the toothbrush, and Rich, talking about loving muffler men, you're going to like one of the videos that we're going to post up soon. Then it's the story of how we got that muffler man. So it'll be fun. I'll get that put up soon. So back to Lady Knievel's Pavehawk. Got a couple pictures more of this one here. And she said the live resin, if you've ever seen live resin figures, they also sell heads. And so you got a lot of different heads to choose from. So she got to do some mixing and matching and set these figures up exactly how she wanted. And it turned out really nice. All right, and next up, and tonight, Lady Knievel, she said it's helicopter night for me. So here's another one, and this is 48 scale Academy Sea Knight CH46E, and she used the Black Dog engine detail set for this. Very nice work there. One more view of this one. Very cool. Oh, one more. Sweet. Yeah, that looks really good. Nice work on that. Oh, we got even more. Wow. Nothing wrong with that. The more the merrier sometimes, right? So good job on that, Kathleen. Thank you for sending those. Bernard says, like how the house is included in the background for scale. Yeah, sometimes you don't know how big some of these models are. In this particular one, it's not a small model. And it's funny if you set them up just right, it makes it look like it's life size. All right, moving right along, and looks like my background has messed up again, and I do not know whose this is. Well, so we just switched to using these PowerPoints last month, and obviously I've got some more learning to do to make sure that these do not get messed up. But I'm going to jump back here in my email real quick and see if I can figure out whose this is, because that was one of the last ones. Or maybe it wasn't. All right. Well, I apologize. If you're watching, please put in the chat that this was you. I am so sorry. But I know this is the same builder. We got 3 models, and then he showed us a picture of his workstation. So we'll check that out. This is his M41 from Tamiya. And while y'all are looking at that, I am still looking for whose it is. Oh, here we go. It's Tom Dunbrook. There you go. So Tom Dunbrook. This is his Warhammer Death Leaper, and his Tamiya M41, and also his BF 109 from Tamiya. Yeah, and Ed, yes, the green text reads Warhammer Tyranids Death Leaper. So that's what that is. His name was supposed to be in that yellow block there, and it just, I don't know what happened, but it's Tom Dunbrook, TD in the chat from Ohio. And this is his work station. So he's got his airbrush center there, and then he's got his paint shelves that slide out. So he built those himself. Pretty proud of them, and he should be. They're kind of cool and gives me ideas of my own. Very cool. All right. Oh, and this, he wanted to let me know that he just picked up 8 Squadron signal books from a show that he went to. So nice collection there, buddy. All right, and that's the end of that slide. Got a couple more slides here. So we'll jump in. And the next one starts with me. This is 700 scale USS Norfolk DL1. I don't think I have shown this one off before. I got to hurry up and finish some more models, or I'm going to run out of pictures of models that I've built before. So that's cool. This is Nico models. It's a fun little build. All right. Now, the very first picture that we showed was the 350th scale warship fleet. Well, check this out. This is nuts. This is 72 scale from Mark Della Duca, if I'm pronouncing your name right, Mark. And this is nuts. This is a ton of models. So, we've got 3 pictures of this. So I'll keep it here for a second so you can kind of read what he's saying there. But there's so much going on here on these tables, and just look, he's got, what's that, 1 2 3 4 5 tables, which I assume those are full-size fold-up tables. You can kind of see the fold-out legs under the front one there, so that's huge. And in the back, of course, my favorite thing sitting on the table is that Dora sitting on the back. But so much good stuff going on there. That's just a massive collection. I want to know, where in the world do you display this stuff? Heck, maybe you display it just like that. But yeah, if you read on here, this collection in these pictures numbers 900 completed models. That's crazy. So if we're going for quantity tonight, you win by a landslide, buddy. This is incredible. And here's another view of it. Super cool. You could host your own wargaming convention and provide everybody their army. Very, very neat. Here's the last picture, kind of the little bit more zoomed in image of the first one. But yeah, so there you go. I mean, is that not a crazy collection? Very, very, very cool. Yeah, I really appreciate you showing us that, Mark. And if you notice, he says this collection he has taken to 3 different IPMS national conventions. So this collection travels. Hopefully, you get to take it to a 4th IPMS national sometime soon, Mark. I'd love to see that. That's really awesome. So cool. Thank you for showing us that, Mark. And next, we've got James McCubans, if I'm saying that right. 32 scale F4G, Wild Weasel 2 from Merville. Nice job on that image from the rear there. And he's sent us a few others here. This is his P40N from Edward 48 scale. Very cool uh, nose art there. And James again with his Stuka 48 scale from Hasagawa. I love these are just really cool looking planes to me. And I love this one with the snake going down the side. Really neat. All right, and this is his Fury version of the Sherman tank. Did a good job on that. Moving on to his Tiger One. And again, Tamiya. You know, can't go wrong with Tamiya. And this one, in his email he sent, he wanted to particularly point out this one. This is the one that he was most proud of uh, from this from this set of models. So this is 35th scale Dragon. We picture of it coming up right here. Thank you, James. And next up, we've got Randy Van Dyke, another girly model. This is his Jungle Girl, 1/6 scale, sculpted by Roberto Monteiro. 6th scale being G.I. Joe scale, big scale, 12 inches tall. Nice job on that. Couple more views of that. All right, and did a good job on that, Randy. Thank you. And moving on to Salvador Sanchez. This is his Idiot's Delight version of ICM's new B-26 Marauder. ICM's B-26 has been an outstanding model, very, very popular, uh, not just for its subject matter, but ICM knocked it out of the park. And it's just a really, really nice kit. So, and I do understand they have more versions of this. I know that we talked about it last week a little bit, and I'm trying to get some uh, clarification on exactly when and what. But as soon as I know, you'll know. And I do know that they've got their new catalog, which will make all of their 2025 announcements, and they're supposed to have that done. They're hoping in November or possibly December. So whatever they've got cooking up, we'll know about them really soon. All right. Well, thank you, Salvador. Thank you for sending that. Good job on it. Moving on to Robert Mainz or Mainz. I got to learn how to pronounce some last names, I think. And this is his deuce and a half that he did. He didn't mention a scale, and sometimes in pictures it's hard to tell. But whatever scale it is, it looks nice. I'm going to assume 35th scale, but I could be wrong. Right. Good job on that, buddy. I appreciate you sending that in. All right, and next up, at the beginning of the show, we talked about the final countdown and the Jurassic Park kit. Well, here it is, and this is done by Chris Super, and this is 35th scale. This is X Plus models, and this is their T Rex from Jurassic Park, chasing the. If you've seen the movie, you know the scene, and they did a good job representing that scene in this model kit. And he has done a great job of building and painting it. So very good job on that, buddy. Thank you for sending this. I think it's a really cool kit. I like it. I got to get around to getting mine done. Back when this one came out, I dry fit one, or I built one without painting it. So it's I had to do it for testing purposes or whatever. And just for scale, there it is. So it's a neat kit, and they did a good job on it. This particular one, uh, we didn't put that on. They were showing off the way that this was molded and tooled, so they did a really good job getting it done and whatnot. Oh, I forgot that I brought models to show you. But anyway, so that's a cool kit, and he's done an excellent job getting this one put together. We've got one more, wrong way, one more picture of it. The way that you've done the wires back here is nice. The kit includes a spool of metal wire to string these electric wires up, or electric lines up back here. So, yes, Ed, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, well, cool, Chris. Thank you for sending that. We've got one more slide to go through, and then that'll be all for the show and tell tonight. And we'll jump right into it. This is Derek. This is his IL-28 and 72 scale. Couple images of that. All right. Good job on that one, Derek. I appreciate you sending that in. Next up, Jay Banks has sent us his 300 SL Mercedes. Did a good job on this. Oops, excuse me. Yeah, that's a nice job on that interior there. That dashboard looks pretty awesome. Hmm. Yeah, I have not really done really any cars, but you guys that can do a car like this and just make them so real looking, and the gloss and the gloss paint and everything is just too good for me. I can't do it. Now, this is also Jay Banks. This is his 35th scale Tamiya Easy 8 Sherman. Did a good job on that. Let's see, I think we've got one more picture of that. Oh, yeah. Very nice. And he also sent us his, this is Mini Art. Mini Art's got a whole series or a whole range of these crazy things, these auto gyros. And this is his, the Avro 671 Mark 1. Did a good job on that. They got, I don't know, half a dozen to 10 of these different things in 35th scale. So thank you for showing us that one, buddy. All right, now moving on to John Sparty. This is 48 scale Airfix P40 Warhawk. And a nice display there. Very cool. right. And then this is also John. This is his F6F Hellcat, F6F3 Hellcat. Nice display base there. Yeah, I love the way this one turned out. I think we've got another image of this one. Yeah, there you go, from the backside. So, nice job on that. Love how you got your panel lines showing. Just makes it look really, really nice how you've done that. So, great job, and thank you for showing us that one, John. Moving on to Philip Williams. This is just like the T-Rex. This is also X Plus models, and this is their Cyclops from uh, the Sinbad Voyage of Sinbad movie. Um, and this was also 35th scale. And for scale purposes, you can see the prisoner in the cage right behind him. That's a standard 35th scale figure size there. So the Cyclops himself is about, I don't know, 12 inches tall or so. So it's a big kit, pretty cool. And Philip has also done the Rhedosaurus, also from X Plus, the attacking the lighthouse. So that's neat. I think we've got one more image of that one coming up here. Yeah, there you go, from the other side. So this is a pretty cool kit. And this one, if I remember correctly, is it's not 35th scale. It's something smaller, 72, I think, somewhere in that ballpark. So it's a cool one. All right. Well, next up we've got Lynn Redfern, and this he did not say exactly what the kit is or what. I mean, we can see what it is. The Japanese carrier with the the whole scene going on, but I don't know if this is the border models 35th scale Akagi bridge set. It may be. Um, so either way, very cool. It's what it looks like to me, but he did not specifically say that, so it could be a scratch built job or something else. If you're in the chat, Lynn, let us know what this is from. You've done a good job on it. I just don't want to say it's one thing when it's not, because it looks really, really nice. And Brett, yeah, that was from a real old movie, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah, Wes answered it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. The the funny thing is, one of our guys that works with us, he bought one and built it, and he has. I'm not as up to speed on that movie as he is, and he said that's just the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I have no idea why they didn't call it that. So I don't know, but that's what it's from. Yeah, Lynn, this is pretty cool. I like how you've got the lights going in there. Got it all lit up. Very cool. And we will end on that one. That's the last image we've got for tonight. So, guys, I appreciate you showing all that. Now, before we jump out of here, we'll end in just a minute, but I've got to show you a couple things that I'm excited about. So, if you saw my little short that I posted the other day, we've got these Montana kits. I'm pretty excited about these. So, I've been working on going through this, comparing that to the Verifier version of it, and I also want to compare these to the original 350th scale resin kit that Yankee Model Works produced. So I've got that that I'll be comparing, and we'll see what the difference in these things are. They're all good kits, and we'll we'll just kind of see. They are different. They definitely have some differences. So we'll look at that and see what it looks like soon. But the other thing that just showed up finally is Mini Art's new P47, and this is their Pacific version. And we finally got them. They were a little late, but better late than never. And they look good. All of the Mini Art P47s have been pretty popular, but this one in particular, I think is really interesting. So make sure to check those out. And uh, we've got all sorts of other things. I got a sample of Magic Factory's new M7A3, and this and their, you can see it on the side here. I don't have it over here, but their M10 Booker, those are coming. And talking about shipping container delays, those are unfortunately a part of those delays. So there's a lot of good stuff that's coming, but maybe a little bit later than we were hoping and expecting. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And yeah. So Brett, looking forward to the next edition of the print catalog. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. It's a lot of work putting that thing together. So the reason I'm looking forward to it being ready is that means I'm done making it. But it's fine. I'm having a good time. Peter is working on the front cover artwork for it, and I gave him kind of sort of a direction, but then I just cut him loose and I said, here, just run with it, make it look good. So honestly, I don't even know what it's going to look like yet, but he's making it, so I know it's going to look awesome. And we'll have it out showing you what that looks like soon. So it's coming. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. So yeah, I guess that's about it for tonight, guys. I'm going to get out of here and get some sleep and head back to the shop in the morning and get some model kits shipped out to you guys. So I really appreciate your business. I appreciate your friendship, and I look forward to this every Wednesday. It's a lot of fun for me, and I hope that you enjoy it as well. Next Wednesday night we'll be here 9 o'clock, and I'll see you then, guys. You take it easy.